Okay, true story before I get started on this review. One of the most dummy moves I've ever pulled off in my life. I just recently purchased an 8TB hard drive for my computer, mainly because my Mac Mini only has a 1TB hard drive built in. And I had so many files on my desktop that it's not enough to squeeze in a few more onto it. But now when I realized that I accidentally overwrote my hard drive, that every file that I have saved for years onto my desktop has been permanently deleted, never to be seen or heard from again, including my already filmed segment for this review right here. But then again, I thought to myself, hey, at least my videos on my social media have been saved and not been deleted. All I have to do is download one of my videos off of YouTube or Facebook and make like a makeshift fixed version of my accidentally deleted files. So if there really is an important lesson to learn in situations like this, you always have to think outside the box and always think smarter, not harder. And please, spend your money on something important. Don't be like me and just splurge until your bank account is empty. Probably not a good idea. Anyways, now that we got that sore subject out of the way, let me start over this review and see what all the fuss was about for this film, shall we? Yo, what is up, my Cinedroids? G to the S here. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Pixar's latest feature debut, based off of one of the most beloved and popular characters from one of the best Pixar franchises of all time, Lightyear. About legendary space ranger Buzz Lightyear, played by both Captain America and Casey Jones from the 2007 Ninja Turtles film himself, Chris Evans, who embarks on an intergalactic adventure alongside ambitious recruits Izzy, played by Keke Palmer from Ice Age Continental Drift, but you are forgiven for this movie. Mo, played by Korg from the Thor movies, Taika Waititi. Darby, played by Dale Souls, and his robot companion Socks, played by Peter Sohn. As this motley crew tackles the most toughest mission yet, they must learn to work together as a team to escape the evil Emperor Zurg himself. Played this time by James Brolin, who is also in a terrible Dana Carvey comedy that I reviewed not too long ago. But again, you, sir, are also forgiven for this movie. But anyways, they have to escape from him and his dutiful robot army, who are never far behind. Now, first off, do I even need to explain how rich the CG animation looks in this movie? I mean, it's Pixar, for crying out loud. Come on, people. Are you that surprised that the CG animation looks stunning to watch in this movie? If you are, then I don't know what rock you're living under. We always come to expect gorgeous animation when it comes to Pixar. And once again, for about 36 years, they've done it again with this film. They never let us down when it comes to the animation itself. Pixar sure has come a long way since their very first project back in 1995, which coincidentally enough was the film that this movie was based off of. Toy Story, of course. You guys all know this. Even when I got the chance to see this film again in an IMAX theater in 3D just a few months ago, looks stunning to watch. It really does create the feeling that everything looks huge. Even when the black bars slowly expand to full screen mode, you know you are in for an intergalactic sci-fi space adventure. Especially when the movie kicks it into high gear with its amount of action sequences shown in this movie. I mean, there's not that much action in the film, so if you come into this film expecting an action-packed thrill fest, you may feel a bit disappointed. But at the same time, why should there be a film where there's nothing but action, explosions, and characters falling off of a high building all the time? It should have a purpose to what they're fighting for. This movie understood that it doesn't have to be a movie where it's just every single scene has to have an action sequence just for the sake of entertainment. I mean, sure, it's entertaining to watch an action film when the script calls for it, but it also needs to have an emotional purpose as to why the action scene is shown in this movie. But for me, say what you will about the this movie. But I do have a strong belief that the people at Pixar know that it's not just about the amount of thrilling action shown on the screen. Now granted, the action sequences were thrilling and I had a blast watching them, even at my local movie theater. But at the same time, they all have a purpose and a meaning to what the Space Rangers are fighting for. In terms of story and plotline, it's about Buzz learning to accept that sometimes you need to do the mission together as a team, and not becoming arrogant by saying to yourself and other people,
I'm Buzz Lightyear, I'm always sure.
There has to be a specific reason as to why you want to do the mission yourself. And during moments where Buzz keeps traveling forward just over 8 decades into the future, this movie shows that his arrogance got in the way of his mission. And as a result, just like what Buzz said in the film, the faster he flies into the future, the worse the environment around him keeps changing, and as a result, he loses his friends that are close to him. Except for Socks, which is the only friend that he has over the course of traveling over 80 years in time. So basically, in terms of both character development and dramatic tone, it's more of a character growth movie and a cautionary tale about accepting failure and living with it for the rest of your life. So you can start a new life with new friends who are very loyal to you, even if you're not familiar with them. And I gotta say, in terms of voice acting direction from Angus MacLane, who also worked on the Cars shorts and Finding Dory not too long ago, the actors really sell the dramatic tone that Pixar is going for. And at this point, when it comes to Pixar, they always pull out your heartstrings. Ever since the opening montage to the movie Up. That goes to show you that Pixar has an interesting milestone when it comes to them incorporating their use of emotional moments in their movies. Nothing more needs to be said. Let's move on. Now, when it comes to the movie's comedic humor, I do appreciate the fact that this movie does not have any fart jokes, poop jokes, and unnecessary pop culture references in this movie. The pop culture references are subtly shown in this movie, just for the audience to easily recognize them on screen, instead of the characters blatantly telling it to us for some stupid obvious reason. No, Pixar played around with them in a much clever way than what you're expecting. But when it comes to Taika Waititi's character, Mo Morrison, he does come off as a comedic relief scaredy cat type of character just to provide laughs for the younger audiences. Although, to be fair, Booster from Buzz Lightyear of Star Command was more of a comedic relief side character as well, so I don't see the difference there. Actually, now that I think about it, this movie is more of a big budget version of the direct-to-video Buzz Lightyear of Star Command film. Wrap that around your brain just for a minute. Anyways, tangents aside, I thought Mo was fine for what he brought to the table. Nothing much more about him, just as enjoyable as you can get. That's all. And yes, since you guys want me to talk about this so bad, let's talk about their use of LGBTQ representation in this movie. Sure, I get that's one of the reasons why it wasn't shown overseas at the time when this came out, but that whole bit lasted for only 30 seconds. And plus, Pixar knows that it's not just a movie about two females having an intimate relationship with each other. Sure, I'm not into that myself, but it also didn't ruin the experience or hurt the movie for me. It was just a bit that was there, and then it wasn't mentioned ever again throughout the course of the film. That was it. It's not something that you should be crying and screaming in front of your computer screen for. You guys need to grow a pair and just let it go, man. And no, I'm not talking about the song from Frozen. Clean your ears out. But with that said, guys, overall, in the end, I just don't understand the hatred for Lightyear. It had everything that I wanted to see in this movie. Heart, action, a good story, and laughs to keep us entertained. So as a result, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I'm bold enough to say it anyway. I rate Lightyear a solid 5 out of 5 stars. You may click away from this video if you want, but I'm still not changing my opinion about this movie. I enjoyed it. You don't have to enjoy it. Just don't be a complete jerk about it. Plain and simple. So Disney and Pixar's newest film, Lightyear. Have you seen it? If you have, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Do you agree with me? Do you hate my guts now? Answers down below, please. Also, if you like this video and you want to see some more, make sure that like button shines in your face. That'll totally help me out a ton. Also, share it with your family and friends and favorite it. That's a very good way to show support for this review. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell right next to you so you can be notified of future videos that I have in store for you. Also, if you want a shout out in a future video, just follow me on both Instagram, and Twitter, and I will choose one of my Cinedroids to be displayed as a shout out. The link's in the description below. Also, I'm making a TikTok account for myself where I do whistle covers as well as singing duets with my sister every once in a while as well. So if you guys are interested, the link's also down below in the description. Also, if you want to subscribe to my gaming channel, there's either a link in the description or at the icon card at the top right corner of your screen. Go over there, subscribe, and let's just have fun together. But until then, I'll see you next time. Peace out.